Hello, good evening. This is our project presentation for the lecture Introduction to Computer Games. I am Berkay Sarıtaş and my teammate is Emre Ercan. We are the group top chair. To talk about our game, it's basically a Doom-like fast-paced retro first-person shooter game where you move around, jump, and shoot at the enemies to kill them. For its atmosphere, we mostly got influenced by the Evil Within games and Resident Evil games. We tried to make the atmosphere a little dark and scary. To talk about our core mechanics, we have weapons in the game. We have a shotgun weapon that calculates its damage by checking the distance between the where it was shot and where the enemy was hit. And this shotgun has some handcrafted animations. Other than that, we have a grenade where it it just functions like a normal grenade. It explodes when it is thrown, and it can be held down to throw further. For the final weapon, we have a flashlight that can be turned on and turned off to provide light for our player. For our enemies, we have two types of enemies. The first one is a projectile shooting enemy. This enemy type tries to get close to the player until it can start shooting the projectile to damage the player. When the player gets too close to this enemy, it tries to run away and put a distance between itself and the player. And when the player is aiming directly at this enemy, it tries to run away and tries to dodge the attack of the player. Additionally, this enemy tries to take covers when its health is low enough, and when it's in a cover, it once in a while tries to get out of the cover and find the player. These two cover parts are actually ready, that are coded and implemented, but isn't used, so they are not in our game that we will be showing. For the second enemy type, we have the stomper enemy. This enemy type tries to get close to the player once again until it can stomp on the area. This stomp is a rectangular area that damages the player when the player is in it. So if the player tries to jump or dodge this area, it is possible. And yeah, these are our core mechanics. Now we will be showing our game.
Hello, I'm Emre Ercan and I'll show you the gameplay. So let's start. So here is our main menu. We draw it out of our hand. There are buttons and our image shows the general atmosphere of the game. So here is our starting room. It's very memorizable, it's very dark. So we walk from this hall and we see enemies. It's much more colder atmosphere than it is. Enemies damage you, as you can see. We modeled it too. Here's our health pack. You collide with it and it adds up to your health. So here's another level. We can use our grenades like that. So enemy, if you get too close to it, it will damage you and it's very hard to kill. So I'm playing a little cautious. You can jump through there. You can add a little parkour there because the space is much more big. So let's see. Here's our general atmosphere too. It's very dark. It resembles the Resident Evil and the Evil Within games. It plays like Doom. So let's get stuff back. Here's this. If you get too close to it, it will damage you like that. So let's get the proper way. So there's a breakable wall. If you break it, it gets to a completely different place. It's the character's memories. You follow the light. If you get in this room, the whole scene changes and the way you came changes. The whole house illuminates like that. Then you get to a different map. The flashlights light your way too. So there is no enemies actually there. So there is a parkour. If you drop from there, for example, you die, just like in parkour games. So I'll show you how it would be. So if you should actually drop there, so I'll show it that way. Okay. You follow this trail, and you have additional flashlight too to use in dark places. You climb that rope. You can attach it too. So there is a maze of ventilation. You get in and try to find your way. So for example, let's go there. So there is no way, so we go back. Go there. In the other end, we move straight, jump down, move forward, jump down, and our game finishes.